Hey y'all, it's time again for a Sunday yin practice. I'm really glad I established this last week. I just love yin, and so love practicing it with y'all. I was thinking today about how yoga classes in the before times, and even, like online yoga classes, and generally, are like an hour and 15 minutes. Sometimes videos like this one, some of the ones I watch sometimes on YouTube are shorter, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, even 20 minutes. And when I feel like I don't have the time or attention for an hour long or 75-minute or 90-minute class, which I wish I had time for in my life, but little children and things, right? Even in the COVID times, things. So what I was thinking today was change can happen even in just 20 minutes a day. And that's what we've been doing here, just 20 minutes a day. And we can create new habits. We can change the relationship that we have with our bodies. And that, those things then, right, snowball into changing the relationships in our lives and the vibe that we live in and our perspective on the world and our understanding of what's possible and our ability to be present. All of those things in short amounts, even 20 minutes, doesn't have to be an hour every day. And it doesn't have to be every day, just regularly. I guess we need some love here, apparently. I know that there is goat yoga, and I've done children's yoga. He's 60 pounds, so I may not be doing dog yoga. But maybe we'll take some inspiration, dear Lord, from him. This is Gus, if you haven't met him before. He is our Staffordshire Terrier mix. He's, 18 months old. We got him in January from Dallas Animal Services, right? Okay, I'm going to do some yoga now. Yeah, you just get up on the bed. That's good. Our last dog, Ben, a German Shepherd, was never allowed on furniture. And this one, from the first night we brought him home, has been on the bed and on the sofa and stuff and been like, what's your problem, guys? This is where I belong. And Jordan probably would have had the heart to keep the boundary firm, but I did not. So anyway, the point of all this is life change happens in small steps and in small increments per day. Praise the Lord. And let's do some yin. So as a reminder, yin is about experiencing just a little bit of discomfort and choosing to stay still, to withstand it, and perhaps even to be able to tell yourself, I can do this. It's okay. I feel a stretch. There's a sensation. That's cool. I'm just here. And allowing that to soak into your being, into who you are, and allow that to do some of that transformative change, right? So this is really brain worky stuff. It's not hardcore balancy asana stuff. It's hardcore mind stuff. So, we're going to do some heart-opening stuff because there might be a message that you need to hear and be ready to receive, and maybe this will help you find it. So we're going to start in this tabletop pose. And actually, I'm going to start toward the back of my mat in this tabletop pose, because what we're going to do is move our hands forward. So find the tabletop pose, right? And you're going to leave your hips over your knees, but you're going to start walking your hands out. And you can walk not any amount. And this may not feel very sustainable to you. And this may be like a ton too much for you. So this is what I suggest. A bolster, a pillow, or maybe many pillows, or whatever. And it could look like this. Yeah, right? So this is a pose that is accessible in pregnancy, because you got plenty of room for your belly here. Not all of the heart opening poses that we're going to do today will be, because some of them will be on your belly. But this one is. It's kind of nice. You can feel your chest opening, your shoulders opening. So a bolster or pillows that you're kind of splayed over there. Or if you need more stretch, you can come all the way down to the ground. You might have your chin on the mat or the floor. You might have your head, your forehead on the mat or the floor. Take a few breaths to find where you want to be, and then we're going to stay here for like 8 breaths. You might stay here up to 3 to 5 minutes in a yin class and posture, but I'm just going to make it a little bit shorter so that we can get tastes of it. And if you want to stay in a pose any longer, anytime, in any video, please do. Also, keep track of your neck here. It might get a little bit cranky if your chin is on the ground. There's a sharp angle in your neck there, which is fine. Like, it's cool, right? But just keep track of that. Sensation is good, but pain is not really what we're looking for here in yin. And if your shoulders or upper back feel crunchy and bad, you might want to open your arms a little bit more. There's still some really great arm and chest opening and sensation to be found here. One more breath. And then we're going to start to gently move out of this posture, bringing your hands, either walking them or dragging them back toward your shoulders, bringing yourself back up to this more neutral spine position. You might continue to have a little sensation in your back. So now what we're going to do is bring your right foot forward. Your left knee is still back, nice and down on the mat, on the ground. If you need a little bit of extra padding under your knee, that's a great thing to have. You totally should do it. And maybe that's a blanket. Yeah, good, cool, beautiful, yeah. And so now what you can do is either stay right here in this kind of lined up lunge. I'm like this, right? Or you can bring both hands to the inside of your leg and let it splay out to the side, which sideways looks looks more like this, right? They're both getting into your hips, into your quads, your hamstrings, your upper leg, right? If you want to, you can also come down on your elbows, which you can do in that straight pose like I'm doing right here, or with your leg a little bit out to the side to make it even more easeful or more for you to let go of. If you can even see with my helper Gus here, you can put your elbows on pillows. You can put your chest on a few pillows like this, right? You can even see. There we go. Thank you, Gus. Put your chest on some pillows. Let yourself melt here. That's a little too much sensation for me. So I'm just going to come up on my elbows. And while my upper arms are holding me up some, there's some muscles that I'm using. One of the things that can help in a yin pose is to think about sinking into the bones of your body. The bones don't take effort. They're just there and steady. They just allow you to be. Inhale. We're going to come back into that tabletop pose. It's good. Oh, he even moved this. How cool. I'm like so in my moment. Sorry. Come back into tabletop pose. Take a few breaths there. And then, as you're ready, come to the other side, knowing that it will be different on this side. You can either leave yourself here, feeling that stretch. Your knees, mostly through your quads, or you can open that leg out to the side, like you can kind of see here. Just let yourself sink into your bones. Your arms are holding you up. This could get to be a lot for your wrists. If that's so, you might want to move onto your bolster on your elbows, or on two bolsters, or several pillows. And then begin to come out of that pose. Those are both pretty short for yin poses, but I didn't want to get uneven on one side and the other. One more leg posture that I want to try with y'all, and this is one that we've done before, did last week, is just simply melting out over your legs. Any amount. Yin is specifically not interested or concerned about alignment. So you don't have to have a flat back. You don't have to make sure that your belly is toward your thighs and that your chest is toward your shins or any of that stuff. It's just about melting, being present with the sensations that you are feeling, and coming into quiet. we'll be here for maybe a whole minute, allowing ourselves to really, relatively, get deep in this posture. Slowly and gently start to bring yourself up to a seated position. One last pose we're going to do is down on our bellies on the mat. This is Sphinx Pose. You may want to have your feet as wide as your mat, wider than your hips. Sometimes that can feel a little bit unhappy in your low back. And then you're going to have your elbows underneath your shoulders or a little bit ahead of them, and your hands out just parallel, as if you are the Sphinx, right? And this opens up your collarbones, your chest, your heart. You can have your head looking forward, eyes open or closed. You can drop your neck if you prefer, eyes open or closed. Wherever you find yourself, once you have adjusted your legs, adjusted your arms, adjusted your spine, again, sink into your bones. It seems to me to be an analogy of trusting and surrendering to the bones that hold up our lives, the relationships that constitute our existence, right? The safety nets that we have. Yin is a practice that strips away the muscle, the showiness, the shininess, the fast-moving things. And then as you're ready, begin to bring yourself out of this pose, maybe coming into child's pose as our rest, reset, last pose of the day. We talked yesterday about the acupressure point that's right here on your head. Maybe you want to try out pressing that into the floor, into the mat. You take 5 breaths here with your arms forward or back or onto the side, whatever feels like the right place for you. And your last breath. On an inhale, begin to gently bring yourself back up to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. May your week be filled with peace.